I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to become a Beachbody coach. For, gosh, for as long as I could remember throughout my entire childhood, I was picked on because I was the big girl. And, you know, I was overweight. I was not the athlete by any form of the imagination. My gosh, I fell in just walking and broke my arm. So I was awkward and very clumsy. I didn't fit in with anybody really. You know, I had my select group of friends, but I was the target always for snide comments, for being bullied and being the victim. And that was hard. That was really hard growing up that way. But I had a lot of support from my family and from my parents, and I didn't let it stop me. You know, so that was, I mean, just one of the struggles, one of the many struggles that that I've gone through, that have really shaped me into who I am, and one of the messages that I want to send, because I'm so against bullying. You know, I've had 3 children, 3 boys, and you know, I've lost one of my very best friends to cancer. My dad has been diagnosed with cancer twice. I've battled postpartum depression and anxiety. I've been in a major car accident. I mean, my struggles, I could go on and not to make this, you know, a pity party, because that's not what it's about. It's about resiliency, and it's about perseverance. And that's what I'm about. And so when I started my journey, gosh, probably about, you know, 6 or 7 years ago, I was just using burned copies of insanity, and I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anybody. It was just me. And I had results, and I liked it, and I was doing really well with it. And I lost most of my baby weight from my first son, and then I got pregnant again 8 months after my first son. And my first pregnancy was really scary. I was induced early, was very sick, but my second pregnancy was no problem. And so after I had my second son, I kind of was like, yeah, I can do this. I can have no problems. I've got this. And I ended up with postpartum depression. So that was really difficult. I didn't even recognize who I was. And so, you know, I just went through a lot emotionally, physically, and got pregnant with our third son. And with him, I got exceptionally ill. To the point where he almost is not with us. And he was born premature via emergency C-section, and I almost died shortly thereafter. So, you know, I feel like I had my best friend watching over me, my guardian angel, and I feel like I owe it to people to show them that you can do hard things and you can get through these things, because sometimes you don't have a choice. You either get through them or you don't. And so with my children, I need to be that example for them, and I need to show them that you have to get back up and you have to keep trying. So last June of 2015, I was approached about coaching, and I said no. I can't afford it. There's no possible way. My husband actually laughed when I showed him the text message from my sponsoring coach, and you know, it planted a seed in my head, and I started doing the research. And at that point, you know, we have 3 kids, and we have a mortgage, and I have student loans. You know, I'm a teacher. You know, I'm trying really hard, and you know, we're just trying to do the best for our kids and the best for our family. But I didn't know what else to do. You know, we have debt, we have payments to make. So I kept being approached, and I kept doing the research, and I kept looking to see, is this something that I could do? So, you know, every couple weeks I would get a message, you ready yet? Did you make a Facebook yet? Did you do this? Oh, you look great. And I just kept blowing it off. And it was right about Thanksgiving, and I walked into Walmart with my wad of coupons and my sale papers, and I was price matching, and I was couponing, and I had my kids with me, and this older gentleman was standing behind me, and he started to verbally attack me for being less than him because I couldn't afford groceries. And at that point I was mortified. And, you know, after everything that I have been through, and everything that my family has been through, and my children have been through, to go through that in front of my children was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I came home in tears, and I cried, and I pulled up Brittany Leggette's page, and I pulled up Lindsay Matway's page, and I showed my husband, I said, look at these women, and look what they've done. And I said, I have to try. I just have to try and see what I can do. I mean, how hard can it be, right? You know? And he said, you've got 3 months because we can't afford for you to fail. And I looked right at him and I told him, I'm not a loser, and I don't fail. Failing is when you don't get back up, and that's not something that I'm about. And from that moment on, I signed up December 1st of 2015, and I hit Emerald right before Christmas, and I hit Diamond February of 2016, and I haven't looked back. And coaching to me is not about the money. It's not something that you're going to get rich overnight doing. It's about the community. You know, I didn't fit in when I was growing up. I didn't have, you know, I wasn't the popular girl. I didn't have, you know, a million friends. I had my close group of friends that accepted me for me, and that's what I have here too. You know, I have my sense of belonging, and it's about showing people that you can do it. You can do whatever you possibly want with whatever you have. And the most important thing that this coaching thing has done for me is shown my children that they are my priority and that I'm doing this for them, and that when it does get tough, I don't stop. I don't quit. I don't lay down in a corner and cry. I take a breath and I step back and I regroup and I keep going. And that's what you have to do. So in a nutshell, that is my why and why I want to coach, because anything worth having doesn't come easily, and failing isn't an option. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it has taught me so much about me and given me so much strength and so many opportunities that if given this opportunity, why not? Why not you?